Well, hello, we have leadership, burnout speaker, and consultant. And let me tell you, life can get a little shaky, baby. You got your kids, you got your job, you got all these things coming from all different directions. And sometimes it gets overwhelming. So let's talk to Don Womble so we can figure out how we can recover. So tell me, Don, who are you and what do you do?
Well, first of all, thank you, Kaylin, for having me here today. I am a speaker, an author, a consultant, a local church pastor, and I've done all of these a long time.
What do you do with all of the hats that you wear?
Well, I have to separate them. And with burnout itself, that's where you have to really be careful. Set boundaries for yourselves. Learn how to say no, learn how to say yes, and just categorize things and live one day at a time.
I love that. So what is burnout?
That is a really good question. Burnout is an overwhelming. It's not just you need a couple of days off or a vacation. You've come to a state of numbness to where you can't even pick up the pencil or do the thing you enjoyed doing.
I'm pretty sure some people maybe say yes too much who may be experiencing burnout. So what do you have to say for those individuals?
Well, with burnout, a person must accept responsibility because so much of the time you did it. It's your fault. And that's part of the recovery process. So you have to learn when to say yes and when to say no.
I love that so much. What type of service do you sell and how can people get connected with that?
I sell public speaking, consulting, mastermind groups. I also have some books and my leadership recovery book. So that's what I do, and they can contact me by my name, donwomble.com.
Nice. I'm sure for some people it may be hard to shift from yes to a no, even if it means we're taking better care of ourselves. So the people, when they're having that shift, how do you get them there from a yes to a no?
Well, again, it comes with understanding what burnout is and what it's going to do to them. And one of the shifts is when you just realize you're totally overwhelmed and you've got to do something about it. And again, take that personal responsibility to start setting up some guidelines for yourself.
I love that. So and coach me a little bit because I've experienced this myself. So when I have shifted from yes to a no, how do I prevent a relapse?
And that's a really good question. The way you prevent a relapse basically is to remember what happened to you before when you were burned out. What is it that got you there? What type of frame of mind do you have? And mindset is so important. In my book, I have a chapter on mindset because a person is either in a fixed mindset or they're in a growth mindset. And to grow, that's intentional.
I love that so much. So in your book, do you have any type of frameworks that some of our audience or viewers could take today just from listening to you?
I'm glad you asked. I certainly do. I have an acronym that I use, and this is just abbreviation. You have to work through each of these. And so this is not the solution. And the acronym is RABS. R, to realize what burnout is. A, admit it. I say admit it to quit it. B is brave. Have no fear what other people think. And then S is surrender to yourself to do what you've got to do to recover.
Wow. Well, you guys have heard it from Good Morning Dallas from Don Womble, leadership, burnout speaker, and consultant. And let me tell you, if life is looking a little shaky, he's going to be here to ground you. Go from drowning to crowning. Hire Don Womble at your next event.
And if you are burned out, I can help you.